Auntie, oh, I need my hair done. I made my appointment for next week. I swore I made my appointment for this morning. Oops. Let's see, it's too high. It might be a little too high. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna let people tune in. It was just, I was having some thoughts today. And y'all, I woke up this morning ready to go get my hair done. I realized I made the appointment for next week, not this week. So I'm going to have to spend Mother's Day with my edges like this. God, I thought I did. I'm about to figure out something with my hair. You can't tell me I ain't made my appointment for this week. I should have just looked to see if maybe she had a quick crown retwist spot available. But I'm letting people tune in. Come on. Let's talk creating our own reality.
A collective awakening, a ripple effect.
I was listening to like a motivational speaker, and he was talking about creating your own reality.
Not to do. Do not start your morning with coffee and believe and dimming our potential. The solution? A mental diet change? Surround yourself with positive, inspiring content. Read books that uplift your spirit and expand your horizons. Seek out uplifting conversations and environments that encourage your growth. Cultivate the habit of seeking out information and ideas that challenge and inspire you.
I realize a lot of people at work. I'm technically at work. I'm at my desk. You see the background. I changed my pictures up, y'all. Look at the back.
Who surround you, the voices you let into your head, all can influence the type of person you are becoming. The company you keep can either lift you up or bring you down.
True.
Remember eagles fly with eagles?
What Jim Rohn said. The company you keep can either lift you up or bring you down. Eagles fly with eagles. Chickens, they hang together also. Eagles fly with eagles, and chickens do too. But you realize eagles and chickens are both birds. It's just that chickens can't even fly and they get eaten. All day, every day. You never see an eagle, you know what I mean, go to Popeyes, I'm eating eagle. They don't have that on the menu. But I'm telling you, I was thinking today, and my topic, I said, creating our own reality. We so often, I find that even with myself, everything that goes on in my life, everything I do, everything I say, everything I eat, everything I am, is from me creating my own reality. So whether I love my life or I hate my life, there are a series of steps that I did to create that life. And my goal now is to be more intentional with my life and creating the life that I want. And I'm finding myself doing that. Like right now, my day has been total peace. I didn't have to, I haven't left my apartment today. But it's a series of steps. Starting around age 45 or so, I started being more intentional with my life. Not saying I didn't make mistakes along the way, or fall, or circumstances came in that blocked a couple things. But I started being more intentional in regards to the steps that I take to create the life that I actually want to live. And that's why I call it build your own reality. Create your own reality. Your life is a series of decisions. And we create our own reality. Let's say I was a single mother of 4. At some point, I created that reality. through sex, through I thought I was in love, through, okay, I'm in love, I'm married, I'm going to have all these babies. Now, sometimes you have babies you can't afford. But that's a series of steps that created the reality. And that's just something I really have been thinking about, especially now since I'll be 50 this year. Can't believe I'll be 50. God dang. I feel good though. I'm not complaining. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But I'm realizing more and more that my life is a series of steps, that everything that's going on now is a series of steps that I've made at some point in life. And I'm proud of myself. I feel good that I'm at peace. Last week this time I was in peace, but it was a series of decisions that I made that messed up my peace. But that was my fault. And I had to fight back from that to get to where I am this week. So, I mean, I look the same, everything the same. It's just that I allowed myself to be in a situation that I should not have been in, and it affected my peace. And it was a series of bad decisions that I made that put me there. And so I had to make a series of decisions to get myself back on track and out of there. So that made me more start really think about it, saying, damn, your life is a series of decisions and you create your own reality. I created that reality. So since I created that reality, I had to make it a point to create the reality that I actually wanted. And things have been really good. That's how it's like last Thursday, things were just, they went downhill fast. And then, like around 7 o'clock, boom, it got better. Then Friday it got great. Saturday was awesome. Sunday was awesome. Yesterday was awesome. Monday was awesome. Tuesday was awesome. But I had to realize we create our own realities. And when it's situations you don't like, let's say you're working at a job and you just hate it, but you think that you can't find another job that's paying what you're getting paid. The reality is you need to find another job that's paying what you think you're worth, or figure out in life, what can I scale back on? What can I change? If I have to go to this job and I can't afford to leave, what can I pull back on so that I can afford to leave? Am I paying for cable and I don't need to pay for cable? Should I shop around for my car insurance to try to get lower car insurance? Hey, if I'm paying rent, can I find somewhere that's a little less expensive? What do I need to do so that I can afford to leave this job? Because many times what happens is we allow ourselves to get in circumstances where we can't afford to leave the job. We can't afford to leave a relationship. We can't afford to drop a family member. And that's really aggravating us. But it's the reality that we created. Can I not shop so much? What do I need to do to build my own reality and make that a good reality? And I was having a talk with my friend today. And she was saying, you're in a good spot right now. Blah, blah, blah. I said, you live in the next building. You're in a good spot also. We are right here together. And she's like, well, I'm going through a breakup and my heart and da. I said, do this. Pull the feelings out of it. Now stand back and look at it. I said, if you're standing next to a 50-foot building, you can't see how tall it is because you're right here on it. We have to step back from the 50-foot building and then realize how awesome this building is. But when we're standing right up under it, we can't see the reality of how tall this building is. And she said, dang, I didn't think about that. And she took her hurt out from her breakup and actually looked at her real reality and realized She was at peace and life is good. And I said, think about it. Hey, Creed. I said, you realize once you did that, take your feelings out. Because sometimes our feelings will make us feel like situations are worse. Because we may be in a spot where we just broke up. Or we left the job and they laid us off and we thought we're going to be so secure. And life isn't like that. We have to step out of our feelings and actually look at the reality of how things are. Hey, of how things are. And we have to start building our own reality. Like building our reality. And like, okay, I realized last night and the night before, I was by the pool all night. You know what I mean? From probably about 5 o'clock to maybe 11 o'clock at night, sitting by the pool, chilling. That's a reality that I built. It was crazy. Like, damn. Sunday, I had an awesome day. I went to brunch, then I went to this block party. It was awesome. Saturday, I had an awesome day. And I realized my life, because I decided around my 40s and really at 45 that I would be very intentional on my decisions. I would, if I thought of making a decision, I would think it out to see what it might affect down the road. And if that decision would turn out bad, let's say that decision felt good right now, but 3 months later it was kind of like, nah, I shouldn't have did that. I won't make that. I'll change my decision. Basically, I need to keep my life a certain way and be at peace. And so last week, I was not at peace. But it was from a bad decision that I partaked in. I was part of this. It was and one thing about it, nobody can make me do anything. So if I made a bad decision, it was all on me. I won't blame the other party. I will not blame. Because you can't make me do a damn thing. I'm too headstrong. I make my own decision. You can't force me into nothing. So if I made a bad decision, I made it. So that it was up to me to come out of that bad decision so that I can recover. So that I can get myself back. So that I can stop blocking my own blessings. So that I can become stronger. I had to make that decision. You get what I'm saying? So last Thursday, I was in a hurt spot. But as soon as I made the decision that this is it, it's like sometimes you just have to cut the cord. Cutting the cord is the hardest part. To literally cut the cord. Once the cord is cut, you did the hardest part, so everything else is recovery. So I cut the cord on a bad decision that I made. I created that reality that I was in last week. So it was up to me to create my new reality. You get what I'm saying? And the minute I cut the cord, it's like God started opening doors and just shining light. But as long as I held on, it was certain light that God wasn't even allowing to come through for me. Because I'm staying in a bad decision. But as soon as I cut it and just accepted the wound, and now it's like accepted the wound, I can start sewing up the wound and eventually it'll heal. So I created that reality. So it was up to me to create my new reality. And that's why I said, build your own reality. Life is a series of decisions. If you aren't where you want to be, if you don't like something in your life, the only person that can change it is you. And like I had to look at myself and not say, well, this person, if they did this, then that, and they did this, then that. No. I can't control anyone else. The only person I can control is myself. With that being said, I have to do what I need to do in order to be where I want to be. And that requires some major self-awareness. There we go. I'm going to call it self-discipline. Self-awareness. I see a lot of people in situations they don't want to be in relationships they don't want to be in, getting up, going to jobs every day that they hate. And they're going to end up dying in that. That's going to be their reality for the rest of their life. Here lies such and such. If our tombstones read exactly what we really were. Here lies such and such. Worked, lived, died, mediocre. If that was on somebody's tombstone, because that's exactly what it is. Worked, lived, died, and was mediocre. If that's how your life is up to you to change it. Up to you to change it. Get what I'm saying? So, with my Rising CEO Academy, what I'm doing is, hey Danielle, with Rising CEO Academy, I'm going to be discussing business topics, and in that academy, when we meet on our Zoom session every bi-weekly, I'm going to also be discussing life. Because I realize oftentimes people can't get into their business because their life is messed up. They have so much going on in their life that they can't focus on their business. And one can't do without the other. So what's blocking a lot of people is things like this. Building your own reality. It's your life, you build it. Whether you like it, whether you plan to build it, or whether you don't plan to build it. You still planned it. An unplanned project is just a mess. You know, I want me a house and this and this and this, but you're not doing any steps to try to get anything. So an unplanned project is a mess. But a planned project can be awesome. So, Rising CEO Academy, we will be discussing topics like building your own reality. We'll be discussing topics like things to divorce in your life, such as procrastination, other people's opinion, self-doubt, a lot of stuff like that. So I will be divulging into business topics and personal topics. Somebody got an inquiry. Hey Nikki, I'm inquiring. Okay, like that right there. While I'm on live on Facebook, I have an Airbnb inquiry that just came through. So I'll answer it. My sister probably answer it before I get off live. Tracy will. And that's another thing. We co-host so we can see everything. So I'll be discussing business, but I realized that a lot of my mentees, the reason that their business never get off the ground is they have a lot of personal issues going on. And we need to address our personal issues. We need to talk about that kind of stuff. It's not taboo to talk about things like divorce and bad habits. Let me see. Where's my Rising CEO Academy? Hold on, folder. Rising CEO Academy. We'll be discussing things like building your own reality. We'll be discussing things like health. Health. Let me see if I had this written down in here. I thought I printed it out and I didn't. Dang, darn it. Or maybe I put it in another folder. I probably did. Oh, let's see. If I had some of my topics. My stuff is on my phone in my Samsung notes. Okay, here we go. Like right here. 10 habits to divorce. Blaming past circumstances for what your life looks like now. My husband wasn't nothing, and he left me with nothing, and my mama didn't love me right. Girl, you 40. At some point, we have to be responsible for ourselves. Living through the lenses of your past. Girl, you know, back in the days, I was a cheerleader. I was so fine. You're 40 now, and you're a box Chevy. please go to the gym. Holding on to advice that does not work. I'm going to say this one again. Holding on to advice that does not work. People will give me all kind of advice, and if they were using it, if it worked, it would be working. And it's not working, but you hold on to it because my grandmama said it. Ain't nothing about grandmama that you would switch your life for. But I'm just talking. Believe in your own self-talk. I'm dropping off the girl. Head to the house, child. Okay. Believe in your own self-talk. My major one, number 5. Procrastination. Procrastination is of the devil. Procrastination is fear. We procrastinate because we fear. Not prioritizing your mental health. That's like going to a therapist. Not prioritizing. We're going over, I have topics that I'm going to talk about, and this is one of them, 12 things to divorce. Not prioritizing your physical health. Divorce your expectation of the worst possible outcome. You know, so many people gonna say, well, I want to start my business, but what if it don't work? What if it does? You rather live in fear and go with that one than go with the other thing. I want to start my business, but what if it doesn't work? You already jinxing yourself. I want to do this, but what if it don't? If it doesn't, you take the lessons and keep applying them to add it to make the thing work. Everything doesn't work. Most things I do not work, but I learn my most from my lessons. I don't call them losses. I learn my most from my lessons. Okay. Divorce your need to spend too much time alone. Sometimes people will spend a lot of time by themselves, and you can't really make progress that way. It just is what it is. And so these are just things I will be talking about, but I just want to go live for a minute. I need to move on. I have some things to do, and tell people, stay encouraged. Just like I said, last Thursday, I was going through it mentally. I was going through it mentally because emotionally, not mentally, emotionally, because I was a part, I made bad decisions, and I'm blaming myself. I'm not blaming anybody else, because the way that I'm set up, can't nobody make me make a decision. I'm a grown woman. I'm a big girl. I'm like a boss on decision making. So if I partake in a part of something that shouldn't have been happening, I wasn't forced, because you can't make me do a thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't make me do nothing. I do what I want to do. So I made bad decisions, and I had to pay for it. And I had to pull myself out of a bad decision that I made. And I had to recover. I'm not going to blame anybody else. I'm not going to anything like that. It was all, I'll take my full responsibility. And so last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I was feeling a little, started feeling better on Saturday. And I actually told my friends, I said, thank y'all so much. I was feeling like crap. My emotions were hurt. My was just upset. And I thank y'all for being there, because I feel so much better. So, and you go on a good date. That help you out a lot. Oh, you're like, hey, go on a good date. That help you out a lot. You know what I mean? Sometimes you going through it, then you go out on a nice date. Like, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. Like, damn. This feel good. I got it. But anyway, y'all, I think, hey, boo, I think I'm about to lose my voice. I was talking about you earlier, y'all. That's my girl, LC Brown. But I just want everybody to learn that it's our decisions that build our reality. Start living life on purpose. Live life on purpose. And like I'm looking at one right now, it says, powerful women thrive. Strong women, they just survive. I consider myself a powerful woman. I'm not just out here in survival mode. I'm thriving. Live your life in a way that you're that powerful woman. Because they always like, I'm a strong black woman. Strong black women suffer the most. Hey, Rhonda. Strong black women suffer the most because they just strong. They got weights on their back. They don't let stuff go. They don't delegate. They don't know to delegate. They kind of feel like delegation is a crop out. And then you have so many black women that are unhappy. So many black women that are unhappy. I can't stand it no more. We deserve to be happy. We deserve to thrive. Think about it. Run through your family right quick in your mind. Run through the women in your family. And count the ones that you really consider happy. Count the ones that you would really sit there and say, hey, I'll go on a road trip with her. So many black women are unhappy and they wear that strong black women thing as a badge of honor. When our unhappiness is considered a badge of honor, we are messed up. We are messed up. We are allowed to be happy just like all the other women. So don't call me a strong black woman. You call me a powerful black woman because I'm thriving. I'm living my life. I'm passing that on to my daughters. I'm not passing, you got to be strong and you got to hold on and you got to take everybody's shit. No, you got to take this man stuff. You be his ride or die. No, that nigga will kill you dying trying to ride for somebody who ain't worthy of a rider. You want to be the one that say I won when you the one that's the most broken. The strong women, the powerful women let it go. And sometimes women, we have to ask ourselves with this when it comes to men. Really ask ourselves, what am I actually getting? Sometimes we'll get so caught up in the man and the feelings and the adrenaline going, all the pheromones and stuff flying around, that we have to ask ourselves, pull back all the emotion. By allowing him to be in my life, what am I actually getting? And when you sit back and you think on that thing, oftentimes you ain't getting nothing but the short end of the stick. You should have left that nigga over there with that other woman. You should have left him with his mama. And I'm not downing men, because men need to do this too. But ask yourself, you're going through all of this to have this person who probably is not worthy, who probably is not mentally ready, money ain't ready, thought process ain't ready, he ain't that dude. But we will allow ourselves to get caught up in stuff. And then we're not building our reality. We are building our reality, but we're building a reality that hurts. When we are supposed to be thriving black women. And like a lady, I was watching a podcast and she was just like, you know what? They were like, that's why you alone. She said, any man that tell me that's why I'm alone, I consider that a compliment. Because he already a dude. But she said, if he say that, that's all he got, I consider that a compliment. What am I actually winning by having him in my life? Am I winning a leader? Am I winning somebody that I can follow sometimes, where I don't have to do everything, do all the decision? I like a man that's a leader. Hey, Donnie, and I'm not saying leader as in just loud and tyrant. I mean, he's an actual leader. You have to ask yourself, am I gaining a leader? And am I gaining a friend? Because a lot of times we'll be in relationships with guys and women and we're not even friends. You make a commitment to live with somebody and they're not even your friend. Am I gaining somebody who wants to be a father? Or he just got somebody pregnant and he just baby daddy. But he really wants to be a father. He wants to be a leader. He wants to be a provider. When we start really analyzing that type of stuff, is he really that dude? Does he want to work overtime so that he can make our ends meet? So that we can go and we can plan trips? Or is he good with just getting off? You just get off and bump around, come home, drink a beer, go to bed, start back over. Not really pushing himself to be the greatest version of himself. Think about that. And that's something we have to ask ourselves too. If I'm not pushing myself to be the greatest version of myself, I usually attract those type of guys. What I notice is I see a lot of guys look, but only the best ones come over. I've noticed that my stuff has been weeding out now. Like before, just everybody coming. But now it's like, what I lack in quantity, I make up for the quality of men that approach me now. And I don't know. I guess I'm carrying myself different. I don't know. But what I lack in the quantity used to be huge. But the quality was like dollar store shit. You got a whole bunch of it, but it ain't no good. But the quality is better. And it could just be me growing up, carrying myself different, getting older. I don't know what it is. But I'm learning that you attract who you are. And ladies, when we're not 100 here, when we're not fully self-aware, when we haven't done the therapy and the work on ourselves, when we don't make intentional decisions, we attract those type of men. You get what I'm saying? So back where I started, you have to build your own reality. And to build, sorry y'all, my hair keeps stuck on the chair. That's why you keep seeing me pulling it around and doing like that. When you build your own reality, that means we have to do a lot of inner work. Inner work is hard. Digging your flaws out and knowing where you could be doing better is hard work that 90% of the people won't do. So they'll never elevate like that. Because if you don't like yourself, it's hard to spend time with yourself and listen to podcasts, go see a therapist, talk to a good friend deeply, because you don't want to dig that bad part of you out and say, hey, I need to change this. So if we never do that, we will constantly attract men, our women, that are just like, because like attracts. So sometimes if you see yourself always attracting the same type, we have to ask yourself, what is it about you? Now let me dig into myself and see what may be about me that keeps attracting this right here. Now that's work. That's emotional. That's hurt. It's hurt to dig in and find your own, your flaws and to work on them. That thing is rough. But in order to build our own reality, we can't stay on easy street. Easy street is just that, it's easy. Like my trainer said, he said, if it ain't hard, I don't want it. Many of us rather take easy street, even though at the end of the day, it's the hardest road out there. Because we have to live it. That's like living in poverty. That's like always staying in the projects. It's easy to stay in the projects because it don't cost you nothing. It doesn't require that you grow. You don't have to take a home bias course. You don't have to go get a good job. You don't have to get a job that's stable. You don't have to be the person to get a job that's stable. So it's easy to stay in the projects and eat food and use food stamps. But where it becomes difficult is in the quality of your life, the quality of your children's life, the fact that little Johnny will always have to walk past the dope dealers. I made the reality. You have to look at it like that. Your daughter will always have to pass them thoughts over there to get to the bus stop. So it's easy financially, but the things that you're losing, the fact that somebody always getting shot, people fighting, place smell like urine. It doesn't reek of anything going anywhere. It does. Nobody going to college. Ain't nobody pushing stuff like that. You might have one or two people that's pushing it, but if somebody been living in the projects 5 years or more, that's their shit. That's how they living. And you'll have people who go from project to project to project to project because that's how they live. So it doesn't require that you grow, which is easy, but the toll that it takes on your kids and your family, Donnie say, tell it, preacher, tell it, preach. The toll that it takes on your family is insurmountable. The mental stuff that your children will always have to see, they'll never forget. But I would have created that reality by being a mediocre me and said, I'll just stay in the projects. I always live in the hood. I ain't going nowhere. You can't pass on a Section 8 apartment. You can't pass on HUD. So now your family not getting generational wealth. Ain't nobody growing. Don't nobody know how to buy a house. Don't nobody know how to really pay rent because your rent's so damn cheap. Nobody has know how to do job applications and get a good job. You rather, instead of becoming the person who can actually get a job that can pay your rent and your bills and buy your family food, you rather not become that person. And just food stamps all right. Living here, that's all right. Because you don't want to become the person to do better. Now you pass that shit on to your daughter. You pass that to your son. You got your kids walking through hell to get to the bus stop. And if they got to walk through hell to get to the bus stop and them niggas over there just sitting around smoking weed at 8 in the morning, eventually that it's more likely than not that your son might drop out. Because we are products of our environment. Some people say, my baby survived against all odds. The odds, you were the odds. You didn't want to do better. So now your baby got to constantly walk past these dope dealers to try to get to school. When had you tried to do better, you could have moved into a neighborhood. Now your son just got to walk from the house to the bus stop to get to the school. Now you made the odds so much better for him to stay in school and become a firefighter, become an engineer, become an entrepreneur by you doing better and get him out the hood. Preacher, you 120% right. Hey, it's a reality that people don't want to deal in that thing. So we create that reality. Like I said, it's easy to stay in the projects. It's easy to just get them food stamps, pay that $30 rent, never have a car because you don't, and so since you don't got a car, you don't have a car note. You don't have a car note, you don't have to pay car insurance. But it's easy to do, but your life is so much more difficult. And I'm telling you, I see it. It makes your life and your children's life so much more difficult. And then a lot of them have more children. And it's easier to have children when you don't have to financially prepare for them. Oh, you have another baby, they just up your food stamp and they give you a bigger apartment. So you don't have to think, okay, how I gotta buy milk, I'm gonna get them a bed, I'm gonna be in the room, we're gonna expand the house, we're gonna get a new house, that kind of stuff. When you plan your children, when you love them like that. But often in poverty, the people in poverty have more children. Thank you, Gigi. Girl, let me tell you, Gigi, right quick. I woke up this morning, I was finna head to your shop because I thought my appointment was today. And I looked on my calendar and said, where's my appointment? Girl, it's next Wednesday. I was so hurt. I thought my appointment was today. I said, okay, I got a hair appointment at 9, getting dressed, ready. I said, where is it? I said, God. I made that appointment for next week. Dang it. But it's easier to do that. But then you have to think about it. When people do that, they're building their own reality. However you live, we're building our own reality. Oh, what time? Let me know. I sure will. Girl, I got up, I was ready. I was like, I made that appointment for next week. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, look, I'm scratching. But it's all right. I can do the edges. This is the edge. I'll be all right. I can make it through Mother's Day and take some decent pictures. But that's why I labeled this one. I keep going back to this. Build your own reality. Okay, thank you. When we build our own reality, we make life so much easier on ourselves. And I realized before, I was living strategically, but not so. And a lot of it was because I was younger too and not really thinking about it. And I wish that at some point I would have lived strategically much earlier. You know what I'm saying? So life is a series of decisions. Whether we intentionally make these decisions or whether we don't, we're building our own reality. If we don't like where we are, it's up to us to change it. I know so many people, y'all, they blame everybody for everything on why their life look like it is. Well, her daddy, he won't do right, and his daddy won't act right, and this and this. You the one had them babies from them different daddies. Ultimately, you control your uterus. If you don't control, I had a co-worker. I ain't had no co-worker in so long I couldn't get the word together. I had a co-worker one time tell me, she said, if I can't control anything in my world, I can control my uterus. I was like, I said, damn, that's some real talk. She said, I can't control anything else, but I definitely can control if I get pregnant or not. That I can. So like I said, if you got baby from Tommy and Johnny and Mike and this, you allowed yourself to get pregnant from them different guys. You can't just blame the guy. You had sex with him. That's your part. So now when we have sex, we got to suffer the consequences. Whether we just had sex and kept on moving, or whether you decided to let yours go the long way and have sex with him and have a baby from him, and he already can't afford the 2 babies he got. But you think that your baby's special. Your baby baby 3, you on the watered down child support. If Mike can't afford the baby he already has, why would I allow myself to get pregnant from him? A real adult woman might be good in bed, and you just want somebody good right then, and you want to do what you want to do, and you do what you do. But an adult woman wouldn't get pregnant from him. She just use him for what he worth, and she move on. But a girl in an adult body who's making mental decisions of a girl, and you allow yourself to get pregnant from Mike when Mike couldn't already afford the ones he got? Come on, make it make sense, girl. That's on you. Now, if he ain't have no kids and you ain't have no kids, and maybe you was young and you slipped and fell in it and things went one way, stuff happens. But when you're on baby 3 or 4 and Mike already have kids that he not taking care of, he can barely take care of financially, he might even be there mentally and, you know, be there physically. But I mean, at the end of the day, kids require finances too. So he might can come get them, but you got to take food to his house because he can't afford to feed them. So kids require finances also. They require finances like crazy. So you mad at Mike, but you had sex with him. That's on you, boo. That is on you. You can't blame nobody else. It's on us. Hey, I did it. I ain't gonna get mad at Mike because he can't afford it. I knew it was broke when I gave it to him. So, it is what it is. I gave it to him and he was broke. Now I think he's supposed to automatically get some money from somewhere else. He already had 2 kids he can't afford. I built my reality on that. So I'm a woman up and I'm going to take it and I'm going to make it work. But anyway, y'all, I rant on for days on that one. Because that's a pet peeve I have with women. You know what was going on, but yet you decided to still go ahead with the bad decision. That's on you, baby. Some people get mad at me about that. I don't care because all you have is your anger. I have facts. This is not a fiction. This is not an opinion. If he can't afford the ones he already have, how can he afford yours? That's not an opinion. That's just a fact. And I find that people get upset with me over facts a lot. Well, you just shouldn't have said it. So you don't want me to be your real friend and tell you the truth? You rather me spare your feelings but hurt your life. You rather me not tell you the truth. So I spared your feelings. I didn't hurt your feelings, but I hurt your life. And don't we know a lot of people who live like that. They'd rather that their feelings not be hurt. They'd rather not tell somebody something because they're more worried about their feelings than they are if you told them and it helped their life. We'll put feelings over helping somebody's life. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Hurt my feelings. I'll recover. But hurting my life? No, baby. Don't do me like that. Well, I thought you might get mad. I'm hurt. But I'll get over that. I respect you for telling me. So just like that. Anyway, I'm finna take a shower and get myself together. And I think I am losing my voice. I need to get some throat lozenges. Oh, Lord. But see y'all later.